Greetings from my channel again. We also returned with a new video. Cardi B was humiliated on her birthday by Steffon Diggs, her lover and baby daddy. Once more, Drake outperforms Kendrick. Beyoncé's records are all broken by Taylor Swift, and Cardi B's record isn't doing well at all. Let's begin. As a result, Beehive is pushing the claim that only two female performers in history have achieved a total tour revenue of over 2 billion streams, with more than 1 billion of those streams originating from their stadium performances just this decade. I have to make a correction. Since Taylor Swift was able to reach 1 billion plus with just one tour the last time I looked, there needs to be some correction made to these statistics. I am referring to the poet's departure from pain. Beyoncé has never made $1 billion, but her total revenue is consistently in the millions. We're not working on a collaborative project. Without a doubt, Taylor has outperformed Beyoncé. Not a shade. Cardi B keeps planning phony campaigns to portray herself as the victim once more. Rihanna's Out Here support is being posted on one of her pages. Cardi B, what has been reported is as follows. Don't bother her. After Cardi B was the target of a nasty internet abuse due to her pregnancy, Rihanna defended her, calling it a crime against happiness. Cardi B started crying during a tearful moment. Even Rihanna's critics were rendered dumbfounded by her remarks and her sincere answer. Perhaps the most impactful thing she has ever said was what she said next. And I say, goodbye, girl. Cardi and Rihanna don't F together like that. Rihanna doesn't F with Cardi in that way because we know she is great friends with. Nicki, you must keep this in mind that's all. They only met a few times because of John Lee. What's up with Cardi? Rihanna doesn't get involved in all of this public controversy. What is the reason for Cardi's obsession with winning over the public? You all recall how she or her team made a phony YouTube account and left a rather touching comment on the Jay Shetty podcast interview saying, "Oh, she helped out that woman, the fake woman, because the woman doesn't exist." It turned out that the account was a fake one. She met the phony woman while working at a hotel in New York. For attention and influence, Cardi B will stop at nothing. Let's move on to Steffon Diggs, Cardi B's boyfriend and baby daddy. Thus, Steffon does not publicly wish Cardi B a happy birthday. Rumor has it that he didn't do it in secret. I'll be changed if I'm Cardi B, as in, what the F? Cardi B openly said during the female interview that she is expecting a child with Steffon Diggs, just for him to do this. And I'm being a hater before you all say that. Steffon most likely did it in secret. He refrained from posting it on social media. He doesn't use social media. I should remind everyone that this man shared and reposted a picture of his best friend, who is actually his mistress or Offset side piece. He used his Instagram story to cheat on Cardi B on a regular basis. It turns out that Steffon Diggs' best friend is Offset mistress. Despite being able to post Cardi B on his Instagram, he shared that on his story. You guys won't tell me Steffon will do something like that for Cardi B. Hey, and she won't post about it on her Instagram given how dramatic and attention-hungry she is. To be honest, I feel sorry for Cardi B. Steffon Diggs doesn't love Cardi B. Thus, no woman should have to endure all of this. He is simply exploiting her and the fact that Cardi B is really insecure about her identity and simply wants to be under a man terribly and was making a great effort to spite the Offset. She's a gorgeous woman. Cardi B went through all of this because she was upset by what Offset did. Steffon Diggs was still unknown to the world. He's currently making headlines because Cardi B said they are dating. Cardi B believes it to be true. Since Eric Felicia's Bessie revealed that Cardi B was having an affair with Steffon Diggs when she was 7 months pregnant with Blossom Offset's child. He has been unfaithful to this lady for the longest. You guys do the math after that? Blossom is advantageous. Steffon Diggs already has a number of baby mamas, baby dads, and babies. That period of time, he has been unfaithful to Cardi B. You guys won't just show up here and say, no. They weren't dating when he got all those other women pregnant. And keep in mind that Cardi B is allowing this dude to enter her coochie even though he is not wearing any protection. Cardi B should really cut Steffon Diggs off first. Seek therapy. She requires counseling, definitely. Make an effort to learn self-love. Recognize her value. Girl, take some time out. Being under a man every other day is not necessary day. Cardi B needs to be celibate for about 2 years. Yes, to love her children and improve herself. Because you won't just stand there and pretend that. Steffon Diggs isn't the worst thing Cardi B has ever done in her life and career. Knowing how PR works, Steffon would have received something. They would undoubtedly post about it, proving over and again that he is a war person rather than Offset. For this reason, I believe, or at least I'm rather certain, that the flowers Steffon Diggs brought for Cardi B at her album release party were purely promotional. He is incapable of independent thought. Don't talk about doing that for a while, Fimo. That guy is constantly coming up with new villains. And for that reason, I believe they have broken up. Even though they are not together, he is unable to discuss that tea in public. During his games, this man has been seen courtside with several bad guys' Instagram bodies, specifically. Cardi is not there, in my opinion. Since you all recall how Cardi B used to post him on her Instagram, she is no longer doing so. You won't tell me, oh, it's because of the controversies, even if we don't receive anything. Most likely, they are no longer together. Since Steffon isn't going to slow down, stop cheating. Or stop getting into women's affairs for Cardi. I believe they have on Cardi B's birthday. He's most likely getting sucked into someone else's coochie or snagged by another man. He can't be doing that kind of thing knowing Steffon and how incredibly hungry he is. Additionally, she is out there with his child. Because this man cheats, Cardi B may wind up losing the whole thing. Oh my God, for Cardi B to recover, she needs therapy. She has experienced more severe trauma than she discloses to the world. Cardi B requires assistance. What are your thoughts on Steffon's behavior toward Cardi B on her birthday and the way her followers are currently dragging her around? Tell me in Theoria for comments. Kindly subscribe, like, and comment. Remember to activate your notification buttons as well. Thus, the final Billboard chart predictions are in, and ciao. Cardi B's situation appears to be deteriorating. Like Cardi, honey, not even Poliola can save you. Are you really such a failure? I'm sorry. She is the flop queen. That nearly slipped my mind. She is in the 80s on the chart, literally. I promise that Cardi B will no longer be on the charts by next week. Definitely. Additionally, it brings up memories of Gang and I saying, oh, Nicki, out here. Am I desperate? Cardi B is going to outsell me. Above all, though, they were out here pulling the crap out of Pink Friday and Nicki. Oh, it's also Nicki's Pink Friday, she said. It's a failure. Oh my God. Apart from being a bop, it was everything else. But keep in mind that Nicki Minaj, super freaky girl, Cardi B, and the debut #1 in the 1980s, but most significantly, when Nicki released her album, her songs remained on the charts for more than 30 weeks. It should be noted that Nicki's album contained no music videos. It was pushing and doing its big one out here. I am referring to everybody, the FTU, without any music visuals. All of these tracks were out here performing their big one. Can you say the same thing for yourself, Cardi B? Not at all. Without any visuals, Cardi B can continue to be featured on the Billboard charts. Visuals were present in Imaginary Player. Secure, the same thing. It's Cardi B's farewell. She is aware of her value. She is aware of her position in the field. But, Nicki, be careful, gals. I'm eager for this album to be released. The entire chart. And you guys didn't come get me. It's not that I'm messy. I'm merely expressing the obvious why. Since this is what I've been saying the longest. Cardi B's performance is completely unnatural. Why? How come you're out here forecasted to do between 125 and 150? And then you're out here soaring, reaching 199, and making your debut at the top of the Billboard album chart. But you're out here in the UK making your debut at number 37, and you guys believe this adds up? It doesn't, because regardless of what you all try to tell me, she should have some admirers in the UK if she makes that much of an impact in the US. Why doesn't it add up then? What about Martin? These figures will continue to decline, and you will notice that Cardi B is currently using bots to remain relevant. Her album isn't well received. Not a shade. With 495K streams. Drake's headline marks the end of his most successful streaming day ever on the US Spotify charts. It is still the rap song with the highest charting position. Congratulations to him. 10 years later, this song is still going strong. Drake is the undisputed king of rap. But you people refuse to accept that ... And that's not all of you. Because Kendrick just lost 30,000 monthly Spotify listeners in the last day, while he's out here gaining 80,000. Congratulations to him. But you're all out there saying, oh, Drake's career was ended by Kendrick. This was done by Kendrick. The stats out here suggesting otherwise pleased Kendrick. Drake is currently dealing with a lot of blowback after his lawsuit against UMG was dropped. Which is why you are all out here disparaging and teasing him. Do you feel me? Oh, they say he's a sore loser. There was a grumpy loser out here having more streams. Similar to Drake's, surpassing and double Kendrick's performance. We can be certain that Pola and bots were involved at the period when Kendrick was at his best. Which is why he lost over 1 billion streams during the bot sweep. Everything about the insane radio play was so phony. There was nothing natural. People obviously paid attention. People obviously adore the song. Yes, we are not removing that. However, it's undeniable that Hendrix's success wasn't natural. The business was advancing. You had businesses. Iraq Nation and gays are pushing and promoting you the hardest because they are determined to destroy the Young Money group. But you know what? The last laugh went to God, and the hat train comes and goes. And you're going to stand 10 feet tall because have you all seen Nicki? That's what happens when you're out there being gifted, grateful, and developing a solid organic fan base. Despite the hate train, Nicki remains at the top. Drake is still at the top despite facing the same or similar challenges. How does everyone feel about the full commentary? Tell me in the space provided for comments. Kindly subscribe, like, and comment to ensure I don't miss any of the tea I'll be dropping. Remember to activate your notification buttons. I'll see you all in my next video. Then, goodbye.